Hey, today, like every other day that I can remember, it's absolutely perishing today. It's icy cold. Like, I've only had my fingers out for a second and they feel like they're gonna fall off. So I'm really grateful that the governments are spending a fortune on spraying sulphur and aluminium and other toxins into the sky to dim the sun and make it colder. Brilliant idea. You know, there's been lots of warnings that I've seen this last week saying that with the Atlantic currents and things changing, we could see perishing, like ice age, cold, changes to our climate. So if they know the threat is that we could get really cold, where humans and life perish, like life flourishes in warmer temperatures, why would they be spending a fortune to make it colder? Make that make sense. And the world right now does feel like we're living in some real life Bond movie, where it's obvious to me and many others that there's been an absolute agenda against the likes of Britain since maybe John Major, but particularly Tony Blair. And it's the same people, isn't it? So whether it's people in the WEF, unfortunately, organisations that were once respected now seem very corrupt and compromised, like the UN or the WHO. China pops up. Bill Gates is always mentioned. Mandelson now and his ilk. Dodgy politicians from the UK, constantly acting against the best interests of Britain. Epstein, you name it. Biden lot, Clinton's lot. The left basically, who seemingly hate the Western world, and in particular Britain, in everything that they've been doing, whether it's mass immigration, whether it's demoralising generations with lefty rhetoric in schools about your history being bad, your skin colour being bad, being masculine being bad, whether it's the illegal immigration causing governments to completely spend all their time on that one subject, pretty much bankrupt themselves with that one subject, and crime rocket and societies break down and shops see ridiculous amounts of theft, so they close down. You know, it's just a rapid decline in society and culture. And then on top of that, you add the likes of things like net zero, and you are literally breaking down, asset stripping countries like Britain, making it extremely weak and completely dependent on others for food, energy. We can't make anything. Our food security and energy security is rock bottom. Our costs are sky high. You know, they're breaking councils by telling them they have to house asylum seekers, or anybody for that matter. It doesn't matter what their background or current status is. You know, everywhere you look, whether it's Chagos Islands, whether it's kowtowing to China's demands every 2 minutes and ignoring spy cases, whether it's giving billions or hundreds of millions and all our military force to the likes of Ukraine, which we all know is an absolute corrupt excuse of a war. Everything they're doing is weakening, demoralising and breaking once very strong, once very happy nations like Britain. And it's the same people all the time that we hear of who have been involved. And it's about time those said people are brought out into the light for all to see and held to account for good, so that humans, and particularly Brits and Europeans, can flourish once again and be the cultures and societies that we were once so well known for.